Hello, Yogi. Hello, Wesley Torres. Welcome. Woodbine Beach. Oh, and Triple T. Marie Palmer, welcome. So this is where I live, Woodbine Beach in Toronto. I thought for my first live stream, something simple. No walking, sitting, let the Canadian geese do all the work. Dave Jeffrey, hello. And Marie Palmer's here. So normally I'd be watching the Blue Jays at home because they are playing Detroit, unless they're rained out. I don't think they are. So I thought I'd bring my iPad and just watch the game while I'm watching geese. So that's really the plan for this afternoon. It's my first time. I appreciate some feedback as far as levels go and volume. If you can hear me well, that'd be great. If I buffer, let me know. I have Bell. I only have Bell. And curious to know what kind of coverage I will get out here. And Triple T, thank you for the promotion. I saw that earlier. And I didn't want to write in the comments because I'm always scared of an epic fail when trying out new things. But I do appreciate the shout out. That was awesome. You have been instrumental in my ability to get this started. So thank you very much. She go in the van. Boom. Not using a gimbal. I have just like a tripod. If you know those tripods that have the rubber legs that you can kind of wrap around a tree or anything, I'm just holding it like a gimbal. But that's what I'm using. I'm wondering in future if I do these things, whether or not to invest in a gimbal or perhaps a Pocket 2 camera. I just don't know. Failure is the road to success. Don't be afraid to fail. Fair enough. It is a warm one. So I have brought some delicious strawberry lemonade. So this is my view. We're looking at Lake Ontario. Really, we're looking at Rochester, New York, if we can see far enough. And this is behind me. Behind here are paths. There is the yacht club is behind us there. But I just thought this is a nice, pleasant view. Wesley, I've not been to Germany before, although one of my favorite bands is called KMFDM, a German industrial band. Yeah, it's a very nice spot, the kind of spot that Yogi would be, I would think. You can see some kayakers in the distance, lots of boats out today. I can hear some planes. And I'm doing this through Prism. Henry suggested I try Prism. I was having trouble with the YouTube live feed itself. It kept on saying I was ineligible, even though I had verified my account, verified the identity. I seemed to be jumping through the hoops. And Henry said, go Prism. And that fixed the problem right away. Earlier, I was at Afrofest, which is a huge 3-day event in Toronto. This is the 35th year of Afrofest. If you go there now, you'll have food from Nigeria and Sudan and Ethiopia and thousands of people and DJs all over the place. I went there earlier for a bite to eat, but I got there too early. They were just setting up. I will go after. I did some filming. The food's fantastic. People are great. Really good vibes. Probably copyright the hell out of it because it's just it's all DJ, but it'll be some fun. Looking forward to some sweet plantain. Thank you, Marie Palmer. I'm curious to know how I come across with this. I even brought some multi-grain bread for these lucky geese. Well, it looks like I am 6 minutes in and I've got 10 people, and that exceeds my expectations. So, welcome all. And I agree with my choice to just sit and talk as opposed to walking. It is quite the skill to be able to chew gum and walk at the same time. And when you're looking at people's responses and you're checking out your environment and you're commenting on things, I mean, that's really some multitasking I'm not ready for. So again, I thought sit and watch would be a great start. Yes, sir. I did some filming at Afrofest earlier, and I will do more later. I'm really excited about the food. Everything's overpriced, but delicious. You can get all kinds of smoothies in a giant piece of fruit, some corn that will be dipped in butter, and of course plantain. I think I mentioned that. Now they keep saying, yes, hit the like button because that helps with the algorithm. I don't know what that means, but I just know that it's a good and desirable thing. As Henry says, smash that like button, smash that button. RD Art in the house as well. You know, he did that impressionist drawing of Henry, which I've yet to see, but I am interested in seeing at the Music Garden. I'm tossing some bread in front of me. A beautiful day. It's about 75 degrees. I think in terms of Fahrenheit, because when I went to school they taught Fahrenheit, and then they quickly switched over to Celsius. But in my brain, it's still miles and inches in Fahrenheit. And I just got a phone call from a 1-800 number, probably telling me that I just won a prize trip to an exotic location with a free stay at the Sheraton. That seems to be the only calls I get from 800 numbers these days. Green John. Are you familiar with Jessica Biel? Yes. And my iPad has data, so I can watch the game. or at least listen to it.
Chapman backing up and on the pull side, and he's got the arm strength that people might need. Oftentimes on the opposite side, so the right side of the pitch is in because of
Henry, could you post that picture or that painting of you in the music garden? I'd love to see it. Or maybe you have posted it. I'll take a look later. Now, time for some of that lemonade. Henry will recognize this. If you didn't see, I was lucky enough to meet Henry a few days ago by the music garden and brought him some lemonade on a very hot day. A quick little visit before I was heading to the St. Lawrence market. And it is delicious. Well, thank you. I appreciate your feedback, RD Arts. Originally from Manchester, I think I remember. I was a big fan of Vine. If you remember, Twitter owned Vine. And essentially Vine was a 6-second video that required a lot of creativity to be interesting. And so I was very sad to see Vine go. And since then I've learned how to take better video. And of course the number one thing is turn your camera the right way. So you get the best kind of shot. Yes, it was a scorching hot day, Henry. Joyzy, hello. Welcome. Welcome to Woodbine Beach in Toronto. They call it Woodbine Beach because there was a racetrack here for years. That is gone, and they put some housing development in and built these giant parks. So I can ride my bike for a good hour without seeing a condo, which is awesome for Toronto. And a lot of this stuff at the waterfront here, you'll see, is fill. So what they've done is they've extended the coastline of Toronto by taking old construction and filling it in, and then covering it with soil and grass, and basically creating parks. I know Henry's been on Leslie Spitz. You can walk for hours into Lake Ontario, and basically it's on a fabricated peninsula, which I was thinking by the lighthouse would be a great place to do another one of these. Another reason I decided to do this live stream here is because there's nobody around. Like, there are people close, but there's nobody listening in, and I really need to get over that self-conscious feeling. So this is a very comfortable spot for me. I'm going to show you an example. As you can see here, and this is essentially concrete and rebar. there are dozens of spots like this around Woodbine Beach, around Ashbridges Bay where they have the fireworks. A great way to watch the fireworks at Ashbridges Bay is to go to Leslie Spitz, grab a sleeping bag and a bottle of wine, and just, that's a romantic night out right there. You get the best view of Ashbridges Bay with no crowds in front of you. Henry, you deserve a relaxing weekend. And I love your new spot, your workstation, which is absolutely right above Love Park. One of the greatest views in Toronto. A cute little park too. I'm waiting for you to get that rubber duck and float that in Love Park. I'm going to go for about another 15 minutes. And then I'm going to go back to Afrofest. Because they started at noon, but really, they're just kind of waking up around noon. And all the food trucks were there. And oh, by the way, Henry, Diner's Corner has a food truck at Woodbine Beach. So I might just be having some more Diner's Corner. I went there last week with my friend Ema, and we had some great food. Fantastic. Thank you for that recommendation. Wrote a nice review, made a nice video, and was surprised to see the truck here. So I think I'll be going back. Yes, maybe a rubber orca. I don't have a bell on my bike. I have a little orca that I saw in a bike shop in the West End, and it's a squeezy toy. So it's a cute way to let people know that you're passing them. I know that I saw when Johnny Strides was doing a video at Love Park, somebody had one of those little sailboats, remote control sailboats. That was pretty cool. I'm going to get rid of the last of the bread. Okay. There we go. Yeah, the little orca, there were lots of little characters, like a little chipmunk and a blue jay, but I thought the orca was cool. Ah, there's a police rescue boat. Hopefully just hanging out. There's a plane up above, likely Porter, going to Billy Bishop Airport. So anyway, yeah, this bike shop had all these cute little options for animals that were just squeezy toys that would fix to your handlebars quite easily. Yeah, can you see that? A police rescue way in the distance. A great place to just come and read a book. I've got some shade, so I'm not directly in the sunlight, which is awesome. sea-doos in the distance. Too far to you to see, but some great patterns of birds flying above the water. Now, this is my first time using Prism. I'm thinking what I'm seeing is the stabilization. When I move the camera, there's a lag time, and it's very smooth with the movement. So I'm guessing what that means, that's the stabilization factor, I'm guessing. But I'm quite impressed. I actually watched a tutorial this morning by Action Kid. It was a paid tutorial, and he was honest about that. And he couldn't believe it's actually free, and he went through many of the features. I know that Henry has done a tutorial with Prism as well. Dexter. Oh, that's that little puppy. That little puppy that I see from North Bay. He's a cutie. Having fun out there in those sea-doos. Dexter had a yeast problem. Okay, never heard of that before. Generally, I work on weekends. I work in a restaurant, and I've been grateful to get Sundays off for the last couple of months, which is a rarity because we're quite busy on Sundays. But Sunday is a day for me to relax. There are a couple online games that I play on Sundays to get to enjoy an afternoon baseball game. I got to get to Rogers Center soon, or the Sky Dome. I think I'll never pay for a seat again because they have now, you can pay $20. Will get you into every part of the park that is stand-up. So you can grab a beer and stand up with the crowd. You can sit in the bleachers beside the right behind the pitchers when they're warming up. The product of baseball is so good on TV that it's just kept me from going to the ballpark, but I really need to get there. Right now they're in Detroit for the weekend. Yeah, well, hopefully Dexter's going to be feeling better. Those little ones mean a lot to us, you know. People are so nice here. One guy came up behind me and he was talking and he saw what I was doing. He said, "Oh, I'm very sorry." Very polite people. Listen, I appreciate everybody coming out and checking out my first live stream here at Woodbine Park. Just me and some ducks and some geese. Now, I think I'm going to wrap it up and head back to Afrofest and find me some sweet plantain, a smoothie, and a piece of fruit. Perhaps some jerk chicken from the Diner's Corner. So thank you, Yogi, Henry, Marie Palmer, Artie Art, and everybody else. Chico in the van for coming out. And I will see you again. Enjoy your day.